guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michaela. I'm currently 2.5 months postpartum with a baby boy named Remy, and I would like to kind of give an update on what's been going on with me and with him. First, I'm going to go ahead and start on me for my postpartum period. I hadn't gotten an update until since I was like 2 weeks, I think. And overall, I am doing really great postpartum. I haven't really hardly been experiencing any postpartum depression or any more anxiety than like I normally do. I started to slowly kind of lose a few pounds of weight. I think maybe this last month I lost like 5 pounds or something like that, which isn't a whole lot, but it's really difficult for me to lose weight when I'm breastfeeding. Even if I eat very healthy and I have great portion control, I think my body just likes storing everything. I have very fatty milk, and so I think that that's why it's trying to provide for that. But otherwise, I have been having a great breastfeeding journey so far, and I have a good little freezer stash of like 200 ounces of milk going on. I've just been using my Haka for that. I hadn't been using it like the last 2 weeks though, just because of moving and whatnot. And my back is still kind of hurting from giving birth, and my pubic bone. My pubic bone is pretty freaking intense. Like, it is very uncomfortable. I had mentioned this as one of my pregnancy symptoms the last few weeks, and it was very painful then, and it is still very painful. I've never had pubic bone pain this long before, and it's actually starting to concern me a little bit. So I really want to make sure that I'm continuing doing like my Kegels and stuff like that, and hopefully I'm going to start exercising again. I haven't started exercising yet since I've had the baby. I just haven't had time with moving, and before that I was still in my postpartum recovery period, so I wasn't supposed to because I ended up hemorrhaging at the end of my labor. But yeah, so I have pretty intense pain there. Now, we did become, well, in case those of you are interested, another TMI moment right now, we did start becoming sexually active at like 7 weeks or something like that, and it's just because, yeah, just, I don't know, we just waited a little bit longer, but I didn't have any pain or anything like that. I never had any tearing inside of my birth. He was like 8 pounds, 14 ounces, and so, yeah, I'm really glad that it didn't hurt or anything, though. It went great. So that's one thing out of the way that I think you kind of always worry about after you have a baby, is like how it's going to be the first time you have sex again. And that was completely fine. I haven't had any other bad symptoms at all. I haven't felt dizzy or nauseous at all, which is great. The only main thing that I absolutely hate right now is that my hormones are all crazy because I'm still breastfeeding, and I get such bad night sweats. Like, I go to bed in just like a nursing t-shirt and underwear, or like a nursing bra and underwear, and I'm just like sweating so hard. And it is winter right now here, and it is getting colder at night. It's like 40 degrees at nighttime, and I'm fucking sweating. Like, I am sweating so hard at nighttime. It is intense. Now, yeah, that's a pretty basic update for me. I guess I'll kind of show you like what I look like right now too. Definitely a lot better than it was. I'm still working on it, but I still have my hernia right here. You can see it sticks out right here, and I could push it in too. But this is what I look like so far. After 4 kids, I think that this is pretty good. So overall, I feel pretty great though. I haven't been using any postpartum support bands or anything like that. Now, in regards to baby Remy, there has been a lot that has happened in the last 2 months since I posted my update. He is able to roll back to front and front to back and back again and whatnot. He gets his head pretty high off the floor when he's doing tummy time. He started batting at his toys now. I have the Monty Kids mobile stand. It's like a big wooden stand you guys have seen. It's actually right over there. And I put the first grasping hook on it. And it's just like a knitted, like a hand toy with like little like rattle bells inside of it. And it's super cute, but he's able to like try to reach for it, and sometimes he even gets his hand like onto it, which is really great because he's not even 3 months old yet and he's able to start grabbing on stuff. He started smiling when he was a month old, and he started laughing before he was 2 months old. I could straight up tickle him and he just starts like cracking up. Now, he did lose a good bit of hair within the last 2 weeks. It just started falling out. And now he is pretty bald. It's just very thin hair. The back of his head has no hair anymore, just from him like rubbing his head. Like when he's sleeping, or like doing time where he's laying down and playing. He still nurses. He nurses very well. We nurse on demand. So sometimes he will nurse like every 30 minutes, and then sometimes he goes like 3 hours. He had the first night where he slept through the night 3 days ago. He was 2 months, 1 week old, like a little over 1 week old. And he slept from 6:30 at night until 5 o'clock in the morning. And that hurt my boobs so bad. But I was so amazed by it because I just didn't expect it, you know? And then the next night, he woke up just when I got into bed at like 11:30 or something like that, because he sleeps in the bedside Halo swivel bassinet next to us. And he woke up at like 11:30 to nurse, which is normally when he wakes up, because I put him to bed at 6:30 every single night. He falls asleep right away, no problem. I put him down, even if his eyes are open, I put him down and he falls asleep by himself, which is, I'm very grateful for. He's a very good sleeper. He can put himself to sleep without crying or anything. He just soothes himself. And he'll just lay there and fall asleep, which is amazing. But he slept all the way after I fed him. He didn't wake up until like 5 o'clock in the morning again. And then the next night, he didn't wake up until like 3, and I fed him, and he slept again until like 5:30. So he has only been waking up one time or no times the last like few nights. And then last night, oh my god, it was like he was preparing himself to go through like a growth spurt, because last night that dude was on my boob all night, like more than a newborn. It was the most that he has ever nursed throughout a night in his whole life. And he was seriously nursing all night long. As soon as I got into bed, he was just on my boobs. I was end up holding him in bed, like just nursing him, like half asleep the whole time. Just because it was the easiest way for me to try to get some rest. But yeah, so hopefully he goes back to the whole getting better sleep type thing, and he doesn't stick with this whole waking up every 20 minutes to eat, because it was very difficult, and today I was very tired because of it. He does stay in the bassinet though until he wakes up for the first time. It's normally at like 1 a.m. Well, before he started sleeping more, it was at like 1 a.m. I would take him into bed with me, and he would stay in bed after that, and we would just co-sleep. Well, we co-sleep technically with him in the sleeper next to us, but he would bed share with us once I would bring him into bed. And we would just do that until we would wake up in the morning, because we would typically get out of bed at like 6 a.m. sometimes even at like 5 a.m. It really just depends on the kids. Their sleep cycle's kind of out of whack with moving and everything. But otherwise, he is a great sleeper. I do hold him for his naps sometimes during the day. Sometimes he will nap inside of his bassinet. Sometimes he'll end up falling asleep in his swing. I know, you guys, that a lot of people say bed sharing and sleeping in their swing and everything isn't safe, and I'm completely aware of that, especially after having 4 kids. It's a big touchy subject, but yes, he does sleep in his swing sometimes if he falls asleep inside of it, or I'll transfer him into his bouncer. But normally it's pretty easy for me to just put him inside of his bedside sleeper though, and the Halo, and he sleeps pretty good. I stopped swaddling him once he hit 6 weeks. Yeah, I think it was like exactly 6 weeks. He didn't really need to be swaddled. It was just, I don't know, I like doing it because I felt like it was just comforting for him. I would always use like the Halo swaddles, the Velcro ones with the zipper. And so I just started putting his arms out of it, and he slept perfect. And I was really worried that it was going to be like a thing like it was with my other kids, where like once you stop swaddling them, they had like a week of just like shitty sleep. And it was not like that for him at all, which was great. He slept the same as he did before. He actually, I think he had better sleep because of it, because I think he really likes soothing himself with his hands. So he'll like suck on like the back of his hand, or like sometimes he'll even get his thumb in his mouth, and he seems to really like that. So he's been doing great not being in the swaddle. He's just in a plain bassinet, arms out, nothing inside of it with him. We're practicing pretty good safe sleep at this point, and he does really good with it. So I'm really happy with that. Now he has started talking a lot within the last 2 weeks. It was at the same time that he started laughing, right before he hit 2 months, where he just started talking and talking and talking. And now I'm able to talk to him. Like, I'll talk to him and he like talks back to me with his little baby talk. It is so cute. Now with all my other kids, I was able to start them getting to talk at like 3 months, where they would say actual words. Like they would say hi, or mama, or dada, and those were like their first words that they would say at 3 months. So I'm hoping like in the next 2 weeks that he starts talking just like my other kids did, because it's seriously so cute when a little tiny baby starts talking like that. Yeah, it's just super cute. So I'm really looking forward to that. I do wash his laundry with the Deft or Draft or whatever it's called still, just because I had some left over from like previous baby that I never ended up using. So I've been using that just to get rid of it. Otherwise, it's not a big deal if we ended up using regular laundry detergent. But I thought I would mention it because sometimes that's a question that people have. We use the regular nail clippers, and I have had to use the booger sucker on him a lot since like the last month. I have to use it daily, sometimes twice a day, because he gets a lot of like green boogers that are like stuck. They're like really sticky, and sometimes they're hard. So I use saline with it to suck it out of his nose with the nose Frida, and that seems to do pretty good. And otherwise he has been doing great. Like yeah, he is now 13 pounds 2.5 ounces. Now I use my baby changing scale to measure that. It's like the Hatch brand, and I absolutely love it. Like, I will show you guys the app that I use. Okay, so it's the Hatch Baby, and it lets me take a picture of him every day. It also lets you track their feeding, their sleep, and their diapers, but I don't really do any of that stuff. I think I have too many kids. I just don't really care. Like, I totally trust him, and I notice when he is, you know, how often he is going to the bathroom and eating during the day. It hasn't been a concern because he's such a good nurser. But the last weigh-in that I did, he was 13 pounds 7.5 or 0.75 ounces, and it just, oh wow, you're not even, oh, there it goes. It just keeps a log of it, and then you can also see it like in a chart. So it has like a growth chart just showing how they're growing and whatnot. Now the percentage on here, I'm pretty sure is just not accurate, because he is definitely not in like the 40th percentile. He's a big dude. Yeah, he's only 2 months, and he's over 13 pounds, and he's also 26 inches long, so he is very long. He was 22 inches when he was born, and now he's 26 inches. I just moved him to size 3 to 6 month clothing, and they fit him great. Sometimes when you move them up in a size, they're a little bit long and their feet kind of get lost in the pajamas a little bit, but that hasn't happened with him. Like they fit his length really good. He is just a long dude, so that is how long he is, and what kind of clothes he's wearing right now, and his size and whatnot. I do notice his eyes starting to change color within the last few weeks, and they definitely look like they are going to be hazel. I do see a lot of like green inside of his eyes with a little bit of like brown and some blue. Mine are hazel like that. You can't tell. They totally look like poop brown whenever I make videos. But if you see up close with my nasty makeup, you could see the different colors in my eye, and I have some like brown, and around it is blue, and I have different colored spots inside of my eyes, and that's exactly how his eyes are looking right now. So I totally think that he's gonna have hazel eyes like I do. But yeah, that's everything that's been going on with my little baby. So I am really happy with how great he's been doing. He's right on track for everything. I still have given him a bottle every once in a while to see if he'll take one of breast milk, and he totally does. He'll drink like 2 ounces from a bottle. I seem to have good luck with the MAM bottles. I haven't tried any other ones yet. But yeah, so he'll take the MAM with the size 0 nipple, just because I don't want to like overload him with the flow when he's using it. And I pace feed him with it, and he does perfectly right. He doesn't spit up too much. He does have like a lot of drool right now because he's just been eating on his hands a lot more, and he's drooling a lot. He spits up a little bit more, but that's really normal just as they get bigger. And that's all that's going on right now though. But I'll go ahead and talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it when you do. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. I will definitely be giving more update videos about Remy and myself, as well as the daily vlogs that I really like doing. I'm going to get back into the groove of them. I wasn't able to do them since we moved. You could see a previous video about this whole story about why I wasn't able to do YouTube for like a month or so, if you're interested in watching that. Otherwise, I do not have a certain schedule that I do things on, so make sure you have your notification bell on so that you're notified whenever I do videos. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.